Welcome to Mediocre Gaming, and today we're playing Helldivers 2. Well, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I'm Zero. Let's get to it. So today we're talking about all the updates to Helldivers 2, but before we get to that, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, smash that subscribe button, and ring that bell to be notified of all future episodes as soon as they go live. So let's get into it. So whether you're a new player, returning player, or veteran player, continuing player, I should say, you are going to want to change your tactics a little bit going into Helldivers 2 with this current patch. Now I say that for new players, you're going to want to check out the different primaries and support stratagems that you can use anyway. But even if you're a veteran player, but especially if you're a returning player, you're going to want to check out the different weapons, as not this particular patch doesn't have a ton of balances for weapons, but there have been a lot of changes for the weapons over the course of various patches. All right, so let's get into it. All right, so there is a new difficulty level, level 10, Super Helldive. Now, even if you have played dozens of missions on difficulty level 9, you will not automatically get access to difficulty level 10. Just like when you were a new player, in order to unlock the higher tier difficulty, you'll have to complete a series on the previous level. So you'll have to do another level 9 series before you can unlock level difficulty 10. There's new mission objectives, bigger enemy outposts, the Mega Nest and Mega Factory for the bugs and the bots respectively. New enemies, new environmental hazards, a new swamp world. Now I kind of feel like the heavy forested world versus the swamp world are going to be very similar, except that there's going to be more water on one than the other. Crash fixes, various fixes, and some balance work, and still some problems that need to be ironed out. Now, difficulty level 10 is a new extreme difficulty level designed for the most experienced and skilled Helldivers, featuring formidable new enemies and intense challenges. Now, as I understand, the only place that you will see the Mega Factory and Mega Nest is going to be on difficulty level 10. Two new secondary objectives will soon be active on a planet near you. These faction-specific optional objectives will have you assaulting automaton human processing plants to destroy their evil bioprocessor and venturing deep into Terminid territory to extract with a living larva sample that the bugs will do anything to get back. Going for the adorable angle on the Terminids. Now, the Mega Nest and Mega Factory are going to be even larger than the heavy versions and more difficult to knock out. Now, they say it will be worthwhile in order to do so, and I think you'll know after you've done it once whether or not that it is actually worthwhile or not. There are samples that are in that region, and there is a piece of intel or an egg that you can take onto the shuttle when you're ready to leave. And at least for the Terminid side, you end up getting 4 rare samples and 2 super rare samples. So if you need those types of samples, then I would think it would be worthwhile doing. That is above and beyond the maximum that you can find throughout the level. Alright, so we've got new threats to freedom. So now we have the Impaler, who is back from Helldivers 1. Now you might think that it is just another charger, however it is the big brother of the charger. It is bigger, maybe twice as big as a regular charger. But instead of charging at you, it will stop a distance from you and then burrow these tentacles from its face into the ground and stop you in your tracks. So you will not be able to retreat, or it'll be very, very difficult. You also have the Spore Charger. It has a cloud of spores like the Spore Spewer Mobile Fortress. So you may not be able to see it until it's right on top of you. But otherwise it acts just like a regular charger. Now on the bot side there is a rocket tank, as well as the reinforced Scout Strider, which now has rockets and more armor. Additionally, we also have the Alpha Commander, which is similar to the Brood Commander, however more heavily armored, and brings with it more troublesome friends. Acid Storms temporarily lowers armor for enemies, but also for the players. So you do have to be careful doing that. As far as weapon balancing, the Slugger has increased stagger force, increased spread, and increased drag. So better stagger, but you also get more spread and drag, which are not as good. Breaks my heart to see this. Breaker Incendiary decreased the magazine from 6 to 4. Already, that weapon felt like there weren't enough magazines that you were able to take with you. And it's going down even more. And increased the recoil from 28 to 41. So you're getting nearly double the recoil. So a big nerf to that one. Grenade Pistol decreased the ammo from 8 to 6, but you increase the number of rounds replenished from an ammo box from 2 to 4, which was always a little bit of annoying. Exploding Crossbow is now a one-handed weapon, always good when you're carrying intel or carrying a, let's say, larva egg. The AXAR-23 Guard Dog increased the number of magazines from 6 to 8. The Orbital Walking Barrage increased number of salvos from 3 to 5, but decreased the movement speed by 40%, so you do not get the distance that you did previously. The Orbital 120mm HE Barrage decreased the cooldown from 240 to 180 and reduced the time between salvos. So you get a little bit better coverage, making it a better area control weapon. Atmospheric interference has been removed. It was not a great fit for Helldivers, and so they've removed it, much like some of the other mission modifiers or missions that weren't performing the way that they thought. Now you have Poor Intel modifier, which makes objectives a search radius instead of a spot. So you'll have to look for it. Corrosive Acid planets no longer have Intense Heat modifier, which is good because that was terrible. Gunship patrols are now less frequent, and the amount of ships are reduced, which is good because it was a little bit ridiculous. Gunship engines are also less durable, so they should be a little bit easier to take out now. Improved armory weapon preview controls, updated order UI, energy shields such as shield generator pack, and Relay now blocks Snowstorm as well as Sandstorm. One of the new things that they've done for brutal kicking of players, players that have been kicked are allowed to continue in their own mission. It allows people to complete the mission and get full rewards despite being kicked. So great for people that would brief other players, allow you to get all the way to the extraction, and then boot you out at the end, which was not great. I mean, there are legitimate reasons for kicking people out, but that's not one of them. Various crash fixes, stratagem fixes, the Devastator armor, they fixed the description. The Blitzer can now hold the fire button to shoot continuously. The grenade pistol, dagger, and bushwhacker are moved to a special sidearm category. The ARC-12 Blitzer and Plasma Punisher added missing armor penetration tags. The sickle fixed incorrect fire limit value and weapon stats. The Ballistic Shield Backpack no longer blocks the enemy's line of sight, no longer collides with the combat walker. Fixed a bug where picking up an SSD drive would cause the ballistic shield to be dropped. Fixed ballistic shield to not collide with player as long as wielded. So some good quality of life improvements there. The AXAR-23 Guard Dog can now be refilled from the ammo boxes found on the map. Fantastic. Fixed a bug where weapons would be held sideways after interrupting a stratagem with a stim heal. Fixed arc weapons not shooting out any bolts when line of sight to enemy is blocked by an obstacle. Bolts will now fire, but they will hit the obstacle. The misfires did not give the player sufficient feedback, and hopefully that makes it clearer. Fixed arc weapons misfiring when shooting enemies quickly that are aligned horizontally. Added in missing haptics when firing the AR-61 Tenderizer. Various social menu fixes, miscellaneous fixes, which won't go over for the main part. One of the big ones that I would say, fixed telepods not destroying the trees in the swamp biome. And they put in a description for the experimental booster. Now there's still a swath of known issues. The big one is that flamethrowers fired from inside the shield generator relay will not damage enemies, and chain link fence blocks the flamethrowers fire. Stratagem beam might attach itself to an enemy, but it will deploy in its original location. And the guard dog rover does not overheat when firing continuously. There's a lot of issues still, but they're going through and providing fixes as they figure out what is going on with them. So with this update, we've got a new difficulty level. And of course, depending on when the last time you played Helldivers 2, there may be a plethora of changes that you can look into, from more ship modules, more stratagems to get, and of course, all of the balancing and changes that have come and gone with the various weapons and support weapons that you can call in. So for myself, I am going through different weapons to kind of see what works and what doesn't. And of course, you have to do the same thing with different factions as they react differently to different weapons. One of the things that you should be aware of, if you haven't been aware already, is that if you call in the shuttle and then leave the area as it's coming in, it will hang in the air until you get there or someone on your team gets close, and then it will land. So it will hang in the air for the rest of the mission until the timer runs out, and then it'll land, and then there'll be a 20-second countdown, and then if you don't get on, then it's over. So with the Mega Nest, Mega Factory, and then of course the Larva, all those things you might want to do early or you might want to do late. It's all up to you, but you'll probably want to take that over to where the shuttle is going to be coming in, drop it off there, and then go and do the other things that you're wanting to do. Either look for samples, look for super credits, take out more of the enemies in the region, whatever the case may be. Now we've also got a difficulty 10 Helm's Deep mission, otherwise known as the high value asset extraction, where you have to guard the rocket launches. And you can see how that plays out. I would say it plays out very much as you would expect. But otherwise, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to check us out on social media, and thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And we'll see you next time.
Liberty has seen you through. Sentry, Bugs, northwest. Calling in orbital. Requesting air support.
Unleashing democracy.
For prosperity. Eat that!
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Holy grenade! Reinforcing!
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Point me to the enemy.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Joining the fray. Calling in reinforcement. Requesting orbital strike.
Request approved. Reinforcements have been launched.
Democracy has landed. Requesting sentry. Sending in an eagle. Requesting orbital. Sending in an eagle.
No one leaving combat zone to resupply.
Heavy, northeast, on my position. Get some! Get some! Ah! For prosperity! Calling in orbital strike! Heavy, northeast, on my position. Calling in reinforcements. Freedom never sleeps! Requesting air support! For prosperity!
Ready to dispatch.
Feels good! Calling down a sentry! Injury? What injury? Requesting orbital strike! Sending in an eagle! Requesting advanced weaponry! Reinforcing! Requesting air support! Orbital inbound!
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Calling in orbital strike! Calling in reinforcements! Reloading! Calling down a support weapon! Requesting sentry! Calling down supplies! Get some! Get some! Hard tunnel breach! Sending in an eagle!
Democracy's on its way.
Requesting air support! Requesting air support! Reinforcing! Requesting orbital strike!
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Get some! Get some!
Eagle 1 withdrawing to rearm.
Requesting orbital! Sending in an eagle! Requesting air support!
Calling down a sentry. Requesting sentry.
Calling in orbital strike!
Calling down a sentry.
Calling down a sentry! Calling down a sentry! Back empty! Say hello to democracy! Requesting air support!
Delivering payload.
Requesting orbital strike! Sending in an eagle! Sending in an eagle!
Here comes the cavalry.
Orbital inbound! Requesting air support!
Eagle 1 rearming. Be back shortly.
Bag's empty.
Sending in an eagle! Calling in orbital strike! Requesting sentry! Calling down a support weapon! Throwing grenade! Requesting sentry! Throwing a fly beacon!
Requesting air support.
Say hello to democracy!
Calling in orbital strike.
Eagle back in the fight.
Have it! Requesting air support!
Delivering payload.
to democracy! Bugs, northeast.
No mag.
Sending in an eagle.
Reloading.
Coming in hot. Five minutes left. We can't stay this low much longer.
You've done your duty.
Requesting
Command
orbital.
tracked with honor.
Requesting air support.
Keep liberty. Pelican 1 dropping signal inbound. Eagle 1 leaving combat zone to resupply.
Calling in orbital strike.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Have a taste of democracy.
Victory was never in doubt.
PlayStation